First, let's see our command journey, or start our command journey with some basic commands. pwd is the first command. Its purpose is to show you the print working directory. It's very useful if you log in a system and you just lost, you want to see where you are, so you can see that. It's also like in the command prompt in the default bash environment. This prompt is also going to show you the current directory where you are in, but it's another way, pwd command. Next is whoami, and whoami will show you my username. That is Tariq over here, and this is how it is easy if you want to identify which user is logging to this terminal. Then you can type the command ID. It's gonna show you more details about the user ID, which is 1000, and the group ID, where which is also 1000, the default behavior. My group name and my name, or my username, is both Tariq. Groups I am included, like Tariq here as well. There are some more commands and details. Okay, so just basic information. Then you can type the date command, which will offer you or give you the current date and time. This is gonna really helpful sometimes, and let's suppose you forgot about this, but date and time have other usage while you are doing the scripting, so it will be helpful. Okay, so the next command is touch command. Touch, and you are just going to provide the file name, file.txt. It will create the file. You can see file.txt file. Touch can also be used to create multiple files like file1.txt, file2.txt, and so on. You can carry on this one. So we have just created two files. ls will show the total number of files we have, and the default behavior of ls is to show you just file and directories, not the hidden files, which we will look later. Next, we have cat command, and before proceeding with the cat command, let's add some content. Echo, I'm gonna use echo-e. So if I have a file and \n line 2 \n line 3, okay, and greater than symbol, then I'm going to write the name of the file, file3.txt, and ls file3 is created. Now if I'm going to use file3, you can see all lines are appearing, line 2, line 3. But I have given -e. Make sure that if I'm going to give any escape characters in this file, this is a new line character. So after line, it will create a new line, and this is all possible because I give -e over here. Okay, I hope this makes sense, but I still keep in the basics. We have just covered the cat command. Then I'm going to write the mkdir and projects directory. ls, you can see the projects directory is just created. Okay, now let's learn about the rm command, which is used to remove any files. I'm going to use rm file.txt. So if you see ls-l, you can see the file has just deleted. We have file1, file2, file3, not just the file.txt. Okay, so there is no file.txt. We have created a project directory, and this projects directory can be deleted using rmdir projects, and this will delete. I just did the ls. You can see I have removed the projects directory, but there is a catch. If I am going to create a mkdir, again projects, and going to copy a file, file1.txt inside the projects, and you can see I just copied. So now if I'm going to ls projects / So you can see inside the project directory, there is a file, file1.txt. If I'm going to perform rmdir or projects, you can see it's unable to remove. Failed to remove projects, directory not empty. So rmdir only able to delete if the directory is empty. If there is any single file or multiple files, it will not delete the directory. So for that purposes, you can use rm-r and provide the name of the directory. Now, if you see, this is directory has just removed and it's okay. Remember, when I use the directory name, this / is optional, but it's standard and recommended. If you are not going to provide that, it's still going to work. So we have just seen this file, rmdir, cp command. So you should be comfortable and easy to use on this one. Okay, finally, we have mv command. Mv command is used to rename and cut and paste to a new directory, a file. Okay, so let's first check the rename. So I am going to rename mv file1.txt to file1_1.txt. If I'm going to check ls, you can see file1 just renamed to file1.txt. Okay, and I'm going to clear the okay. Now do the mv. So for mv, I'm going to write mv file2.txt and moving this to projects / so we have deleted this directory, so we cannot move to another directory. I'm going to create another directory, project or projects, and let's do the ls, and I'm going to write the command mv file2.txt and moving inside the projects. Okay, so if you can see, file2 has just moved inside the projects. That's why it's not visible over here. So just going to see ls projects. Now you can see file2. All right, next one is files and directories. We need to list files and directories. Okay, so ls, you know, the default command which will list the files, but in a row format with some basic information. It's not going to provide you a detailed information like when the file was created, what the file size. And for this one, we can use ls-l is a way to list in more information. And first, you can see the rights, okay, the permissions of file, and then we have the owner of the file, user group information, file size, dates, and file full name, which is written over here. It is this dash representing it's a normal file. This D is representing that this is a directory. Now use ls-l, LA or AL, both are similar. So it will show you the hidden files as well. Like there are a couple of hidden files. You can see all the files are starting with dot notation, and this dot representing that it's in hidden file. Okay, so every directory contains this dot, single dot and double dot. This single dot representing is the current directory. This double dots are mentioning that there is a parent directory. Okay, so in each directory you will file these two, and this is my home directory. That's why you can see some bash history, bash logout, caching, many more. Okay, so we have last command LA. We can also use AL. This is very similar. You can use ls-a-l. This is also absolutely fine. We are using separately, and you can also use -h is for human readable form. So now it's like especially the size of the file, like this one 4096, it's written in 4.0K, which is a way to mention the smallest the file size in kilobytes, megabytes, gigabytes. So it's more human readable. So a file is in gigabytes, so it's very hard to understand what's the size of the file is. Then you can definitely combine these all together, ALH. So this is fine. You can combine this if you want, which is more handy. Then you can use ls-t, and this is used for time modified. It's also sort by time modified. So LT is like this, the latest, newest first, or the latest first project was the created. The last one is the project, previously that, file 3. So it's all in the newest order. Which one lastly created, it will show you that file. Then there is a TR also, which I am going, the oldest one should be the first. The file 1 is 1_1 is the oldest file. So it's mentioned in the time, date and time over here that you can see. So I hope this makes sense. Now you can also sort it by size. So if I'm going to use this, I'm going to SL. So these are the sizes of the file. Okay, so the lowest size is here, then the more bigger size and the biggest over here. So this is how we deal with the ls command. This is where these are the very common options that I'm showing you, I'm guiding you over here, but there are many more. If you further dig into this, you can use the help command, which is man, or you can ls-dash help, and this will give you a more detailed help on this one. But simplified and the detail, all options are written. Whichever you want, you can practice that. That's how I can guide you on this one. Okay, all right, let's move the next part, which is quick navigation. You know, to change a directory, like a Windows style, we know we can open a new window, click and click. But in Linux, you need to write the command to move or navigate into a different directory. CD is used, like CD, let's move the etc directory, which mostly contains the configuration. And if I'm going to ls over here, you can see a huge number of files listed over here. I'm going to clear this. So cd etc, right? And we can, if you know, I'm going to read pwd, so it's confirmed that I am inside the etc directory. Okay, so what if I can do cd tilde over here? This will take me to my home directory, which is home Tariq over here. If I'm going to write pwd, I am now inside the home Tariq. Okay, and that's how I can move. If I'm going to press cd dash, a single dash, it will take me to my last directory, which was etc directory. So I am back to my etc directory, which by using this cd dash command, which is very common, very handy. Then you can also just type the cd and it will take back to your home directory. Cd and cd just, or cd tilde, they both take you to your home directory. Okay, so I hope that makes sense. If I'm going to again press cd dash, I am back to etc directory, because this was my last directory. You can navigate any directory. There is a var directory, then the log, which contains the log files. So we are inside the log. Pwd is also showing that we are inside of a var log, and it's also over here in this one. And we can move any, like if there is any, if you want to move to the previous directory, then we can use cd ... and we are one level up, so we are outside the log and inside the var directory. And if I'm going to dash ... again, Remember, between cd and dot dot there is a space. Don't forget to add a space before adding dot dot. And I am at the root level. If I'm going to press ls, you can see all my root level directories. So I think we are good and on the same page of this one. Okay, so if let's move to my home directory. I'm gonna show ls over here, and so in the ls there is a projects directory. I'm going to press cd dash. I am on the root again. Okay, then what I am going to do, cd tilde slash projects. So what this command will take me to my projects directory, which is inside my home directory. I hope this makes sense and we are good on this one. So I think after this you are easily use the cd command. You should be good with the handling of cd command. Then there is another way to run multiple commands at once. So I'm going to clean this, and like if I'm going to write cd slash tmp and then ampersand, right? And then I can use another command like wget wget file.zip. Wget is just a way to load any file. Okay, so if you are going to see wget, you are going to load this file. Right now, this file is available. So if I'm going to hit this command, this is going to just enter and trying to add the http file.zip, which is safe now. But that's why we download each and everything inside the temp directory, because we don't know what's inside of this. And instead of writing this file, I can write something else, like I can write, I have a link over here. This is gnome.org licenses GPL3, and I can download anything. Any zip file, any tar file, JPEG file, you can do this. So if I'm going to run ls over here, you can see the GPL file that we downloaded, and the file.zip which downloaded the this index.html. So these are some of the how you can combine this. But remember, and every time if I'm going to show you again, this ampersand 2 times is representing only runs this part of the command if this is successful. This part is successful. If this part is not successful, like this is, if there is an error in this one, this part is not going to execute. So this is a way to handle this. Right, hopefully you make it makes sense to you. And I'm going to write mkdir. I'm creating, so inside the temp, let's move my home directory, and inside the home directory I am writing mkdir test, and now I am using the or operator, or and failed. Okay, so this part is only going to run if this is failed. If this is not failed, this will not execute. So hopefully you understand when you need to use the or operator over here. So now the folder is created, the test folder. That's why you didn't see this failed command over here. If any command will fail and after this you want to show some message, then obviously you can use this one. And you can run multiple commands like using a semicolon as a separator, whoami, pwd, anything. So you can see all 3 commands run successfully because they are separated using the semicolon. So they all run all regardless. Okay. And there is another. So this command will first take me to the log files. Okay, so log folder I am, and then what it will do, it will sudo tail syslog. So it will showing me the system logs file. If this will fail, okay, first if this will true, the navigation is successful, then it will run this one. Okay, if this is successful, then this will not show to me. If this has failed, then obviously this message will appear to my screen. So I'm going to hit enter. You can see it's successful. That's why read log is visible to me. Okay, I hope this makes sense to you. So I'm going to press Control C to get out of this. Okay, let's move to next part. Now, this is very crucial for working with long commands. So you can see we have just typed a single command, but what if there is a long command? I'm going to update my system. So for this, I am writing sudo apt update and going to use double ampersand and then at the end backward slash. Okay, or backslash. If I'm going to hit enter, so this will, due to backslash, it's allow me to write in the next line. Then I'm going to write sudo apt upgrade. So I am upgrading my system with latest repositories or yum packages. So I'm going to upgrade as well again, and then I'm going to use sudo apt auto remove. So any unused packages, I want them, all of them, to be removed. So this is how you can use this. You can see it's working and it's updating all the packages. Great. It has fetch, so now reading. And do you want to continue? I am going to hit enter. Yes, and it's updating my Linux with latest packages and upgrading all the older packages with the newer version if available. Okay, so we are good on this one. Now, once you've done that, before that, I should show you, but now if I'm going to install a packet, sudo apt install tree. So this is a package. If I tried this before the upgrading, is this not gonna work? But I have updated. I have new repositories, packages available. Now, if I will hit enter, this will install the new package. You can see how easy it is to install a package inside a Linux. Okay, so what's the advantage of this one? Let me get back to your home directory, and I need to run the tree. So you can see in my tree, it's show me the file structure in the tree format. Like inside the directory, there is a file 1_1.txt, file 3.txt. There's a project directory, and inside the projects, there is a file 2.txt. So just it will give you the tree structure of the directory hierarchy you have. Next, let's move the mkdir, repeat last argument. This is very useful. If you are a DevOps or cloud engineer, you will find this very handy. So I'm going to write mkdir, and inside the var folder, okay, remember add the P. Make sure that if you are making any hierarchy of directory, all the directories will be created www./html. So without the, let's suppose without the P, if I'm going to run this without the P, what will happen? Var HTML. You can see it's saying that no such directory or file is available. Okay, this var is available. Maybe www is not available. That's why it's not able to create that. So to create the complete hierarchy or the structure of the folder, all the inner folder as well. So we use this command -p, right? And this, you remember what they are. This mkdir is the command, -p is the option, and this is the argument, right? If I'm going to hit enter over here, so it's going saying that permission denied, this is fine, I need to run this as a sudo. Now the folder is created. But the good thing I'm going to show you, if you directly jump 1, to this directory, instead of typing like one way, I should type full command like www/var/html, but instead of that, if I'm going to just write not and $, this will directly take me to this directory, because this symbol is saying that use the last argument, and this was our last argument. So that's why it took us to the directory directly. It's very handy, it's very useful, and you can use this. Another example, I'm going to create config.yaml file, okay, and permission denied over here. Let's use sudo again. I just did. And if I'm going to use vi, instead of writing the file name, I'm going to use vi not $. This will open this file in the vi editor. Okay, I am inside the vi editor. I'm going to press shift colon and then q, this to exit from this vi editor. Okay, so this is how we are going to use this. Finally, the final tip is, instead of writing clear, you can just press Ctrl L and it will clean your command screen. Okay,